Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things. Ahoy there, crypto pirates. Welcome to Chatting with the Captain. I'm going to do a little rant AMA, hang out with you guys for this evening. Don't have any guests. Just want to clear some things up, get some stuff out, answer some questions of the community, and give a little history too about what it was like to be in here day one, pre-day one, to have met, befriended Richard, the rest of the community leaders. Some of them came, some of them went. Some of them came and took and went. Some of them came and fudded and tried to hurt all of us and went. All the while I stayed. No matter what. Bull market, bear market, Richard here, Richard gone, nothing. I am the hexagon. I stayed. I will always be the hexagon. Thank you, MT Coiner. No, I appreciate you. And origami is definitely more important than watching the show. So good on you. Good on you. Get that origami together. I'm going to say hello to the chat room first, to everybody. And then we will start chatting a little bit about what I really want to talk about. So Fast Abdul, what's up? Good to have you here, buddy. He's here for the tech. Aren't we all? And he's here, RH Max, the man, the myth, the legend, RH Max. His name says it all. He is a follower of Richard Hart and what Richard Hart does and the things that he's built. Without being an obnoxious, rude, conspiracy theorist, Maxi. Appreciate you, RH Max, for all that you do and how you treat your patron, what would you call it? I hate big words, but you know what I'm saying. You're a good advocate for Richard and how people should be acting who really care about Richard and his protocols. Hexess, like to hang, but you gotta get up at 3:25 a.m. Go get some sleep, bud. It'll be here tomorrow. It's just going to be recorded. SMO Spider, good to have you here. Crypto Compassion, what's up? Look at that. We're getting all the bigs. Crypto Elite, we're getting all the bigs in. Good to see you too, bro. Good job in your modding of the chat rooms over there. Good job. Empty Corner, Dorsey, Buck Tech, Mass Gains, Dorsey, and the Knipples. Ahoy to you too. Stylist, how you doing? Good to have you all the way from the other side of the world. I won't say where, but the other side of the world. Let's see. Yep, the game has started. The game has started. Wowzer. That is cool. CFD days, right? Yeah, I was there before the CFD days when he was still talking about tops of Bitcoin back in 2017, calling the top on the 20K Christmas. Remember that. I hated him for that for about a day. And then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, you dummy. That dude called the top. Why are you mad at him? It's not his fault the market crashed. He just called the top. So that's when I really started listening to Richard. I watched him before that, all his top hat videos and stuff. I thought he was a really good, nice guy, but I thought it was kind of corny. And, look who's talking. The guy that wears bandana and thinks he's a pirate, right? Crypto pirate. Make me bullish on PulseChain again. So much fun in my chats. I'm sorry, bro. You're not going to be able to change that. There's going to be flood in the chats. It's what bear markets bring out the worst in people. Like, it's one thing to see it out there and see people reacting and projecting and doing all this stuff that they do, and being mad. You got to look at when you see people who are really angry, like what's really behind anger is fear. What is the fear that they have? What are they fearing? When these people get out there and they start talking like they do, like, oh, strong, you know, but they're strong and wrong. I've seen a lot of people out there running their fucking mouths, ain't really saying nothing. And then a lot of people sitting back being real quiet and doing a whole bunch and saying a whole bunch. Remember that in life. Just because somebody's talking doesn't mean that they mean anything, doesn't mean that what they're saying is right. Strong and wrong does not make a leader. I'm sorry. You can sit there and spout off all you want, how bitching and cool and badass you are. But until you really do something for somebody, until you really get in there and sacrifice yourself or some of your funds or something that you're doing for them, for the community, they're not leading. For your team, that's what it takes. A leader has to sacrifice blood, sweat, tears, show their team that they're here for them, that you're here for them. That's what a leader does, not this fucking out the side of your neck bullshit. Garbage, man. Garbage out there. And a lot of you guys are following them. I thought I taught you guys something. You know what? I've learned a lot from all of you. I've learned a lot. This 57-year-old dude has learned a lot. I've learned a lot about your culture, your generations. I've learned a lot about numbers and crypto. I'm not that guy, man. I work for a living. I went out and did shit with my hands. Got greasy every fucking day and sweaty. But a bunch of guys that went out drinking all night. Well, I went home and tried to build businesses and tried to learn about things that you guys were all hip and slick and cool on. That's what I did. I come from that world, man. Not from this other bullshit. Hello, Double Negative. What's happening? Let's see. I'm getting blasted. What am I getting blasted for? Oh, guys, why am I getting blasted on TG? You guys, I got that thing turned on. Oh boy, I am even gonna read that. Sorry, guys. What's up, Ninja Magoo? Ninja Magoo 292. Charles Stone, what's up? Hey, hi to you. Burn, baby, burn. Hex made. Audience. Let's see. Facts. RH Max has been a cool head. Yes, he has. Hey, what's up, Palinfism? What's up, dude? Sorry for going so hard last stream. I'll be nicer this time. Oh, you're good, man. You're good. It only makes me stronger. It only makes me stronger. But anyway, I've learned from you guys. And if you haven't learned from me, shame on you. Shame on you. I do have something to offer. And I have helped a lot of people. And I've helped myself too. And not at the expense of others. By providing value. Networking, understanding other people and what they're doing, hooking yourself up with the right teams. That's where that comes. All that hard work and dedication that I put into this has paid off in dividends. Everything I did and learned about Hex paid off. So anyway, hey, SJ. SJ's in the green room too. Oh, you guys are killing me with that chat. I don't have it turned off, guys. Hold on. Let me turn this chat off. It's dinging in my ear. Mute. Yes. No sound. Thank you. There we go. Sorry, guys. My team is chatting in the back. It drives me crazy. Let's see. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yeah, I love that movie. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Thank you, SMO. I appreciate it. That was another thing we did. You know, we put our time, our effort, and our money and our dollars where our mouth was, and we made a movie for the community. And some people still literally have the gall to try and fight it or say stupid shit about it. But all right, that's on them. Let's see what Alan says. Alan would like to put this up there. Thank you, Alan. Member for 19 months of the stream. Both P-Hex and E-Hex about to fly. The pain has been worth it. Buying the top of Hex was the best thing I did and made me learn about real crypto. Boom, bingo. Now, may not have been the best thing you did. You could have bought it real low, and that would have been really maybe the best decision you made in your life was buying it and learning about crypto and not leaving because you bought the top and you've watched this brutal, long, elongated bear market drag out in this ecosystem. But I think you made a good move too, Alan. And you will end up seeing this thing change because Hex hasn't changed. It's still the GOAT. It's still the GOAT. My conviction hasn't wavered. That's right, Gaiman. The lie tells the truth. Yes, it does. I like that one. The lie tells the truth. That's that's how I live my life when I'm around people. When you know somebody's outright lying, you know where the truth is. You know. I like that. That's kind of a philosophy I've lived by. I never said it like that though, but that's good. I was ragging on everyone on the panel really hard. I felt pretty bad, but it was funny. No, that panel, was that the one I did with Hexy Bastard? Because that whole panel was just a shit show funny. He's hilarious. Whenever he gets on screen, he's just a laugh. So nobody can really get anything in. Otherwise, we couldn't have a real conversation because it was just going to be a fun stream, and it was. It's always fun when Hexy's around. Let's see. I was always skeptical of this bull market. I knew that the market wasn't really ready. The world is going to shit. We can truly rally until things chill out. Yeah, I mean, there's some weird stuff. Rant has started strapping it. No, it hasn't. RG3 keeping it 100. Thank you, Ninja Magoo. 22. Most crypto YouTubers, Crypto Stylist says, unfortunately, strong and wrong. Yes, that's the truth. That is the truth. Thanks, Fox Muddler, for the young 57. I appreciate that. And thanks, Alan. You don't look a day over 57. Good. I'm glad I'm hanging in there, right? I'm hanging in there. I can slap paint off steel pole. I can't. I can slap paint off a steel pole. All I do is work with my hands. Right on, MT. That's what it's supposed to be, man. Not everybody is, built for sitting in an office and have brains and do all that stuff. Alan says I can mute. It's the best thing. Mute notifications. Yeah, I did. I muted notifications. I was getting hammered. I bought the lows too. Hard, a little broke out, but that's how you do it. If you do buy the highs and you learn and you understand what you got. The reason you bought that coin at that price is because you thought it was good, and you didn't just think it was good. If you did the right thing, you did your research and you got into it for a reason, and you bought it at that price because it was that valuable to you, and you didn't care when you pushed the button, unless you were really hoping that all it did was go up. Because if it goes down, and you don't, if you regret, you have buyer's remorse, then you didn't do it for the right reason. You didn't do your research. You need to go in and do your research. And that's what I want to stream about today, is you getting up and knowing. Hey, what's up, Zenith? D Hexagon. RG GIF is printing green. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to do that. Greener than green. Yep, it's supposed to do that too. And a few other things. I see. Enjoy watching you chat. The coin is still, the coins still is good, Cap. Yeah. Okay. Hex is good. That's for sure. So here's what I wanted to kind of get into. So in my seminar talk, what I talk about when I get up in front of everybody, first I get a gauge of the room to see if we have no coiners in there, or if we have coiners in there, or hexagons only. I get a little hand raised to see who I'm talking to first. And then I start with the history on the PulseChain tour, that is. And you can go to pulsechaintour.com and see where we do these at. I talk about the history of crypto, and I go into Bitcoin first. And we talk about Bitcoin and the fact that it was the first peer-to-peer transaction without an intermediary, safely and securely over the internet between two parties. And that was it. That's the concept Bitcoin proved. It was proof of that. Remember, we're in technology. Technology advances, technology changes, technology moves, technology gets better. Let me see here. Hold on a second. So when I do presentations, we have a DLP projector that's about this big and about yay big, about a foot long and about a foot deep. got a big lens on it about like this. Got, a mount that it goes up and down so you can adjust it. So good size, bigger than a woman's purse, situation projector. That's what, we've been doing uh, our presentations with. And, back in the day when we were at school, they used to do them on this thing where it shined the light down and they'd put a transparent film over the top of it and shine it in the wall. And that's how they did their presentations. Well, now today, this little thing is a HD DLP projector that fits in the palm of my freaking hand and throws a 120-inch beautiful shot up on the wall. That's technology. I will never go back to the stupid big projector for no reason. The only thing I've ever gone back to is vinyl records because I love hearing that clicking and popping of my old punk rock records. That's what I like. That's the only reason. Nostalgia. Yeah. Maybe that should be Bitcoin's new narrative. It's nostalgia coin. Because guess what? If Bitcoin was made today, it would be laughed out of crypto. If we laid that in front of you and said, this is the coin that should have the biggest market cap, the most liquidity, and everybody should own it, and states and nations, by the way, Wyoming bought like 100 million of them, I think, today. The whole crypto community would laugh it out of existence. It'd be a laughing stock. This thing's garbage. So anyway, so I go through crypto, Bitcoin, the next concept, Ethereum. Wow, now there's Ethereum. We could program these things to do cool stuff, right? Now we can make DeFi. And as good as Solidity was and the programming language was of Ethereum and the things that were built on it, like Hex, the goat of all goats, the DeFi that started DeFi, Hex. When Hex came out, it proved another concept. First of all, that Ethereum is broken, that it didn't scale properly, that the fees to use the EVM were too expensive for computing anything. I mean, you can't even tell how much a stake is, how much it's going to earn and pull it out. A simple mathematical equation is going to cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the EVM. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's the Ethereum virtual machine, the computer system of the blockchains, Ethereum. It's a great concept. It's great proof of concept, but it wasn't quite there. But it birthed Hex. It gave a guy like Richard the wherewithal to go and build something like Hex. And then some things happened along the way. Hex wasn't always Hex. We had Fluid Dynamics coin. We had what was the other one? Was Fluid Dynamics and something else. Someone just said it again. Anyway, but then it was Bitcoin Hex, and then there was an issue in the chat rooms with the 15-year stakes and the 1 month stakes. Like somebody who was smart enough, who was a gambler type guy, said, "Hey man, look, check this out. I'm gonna game on all you guys because I'm gonna make more money every month dumping on your heads, and your 15-year stakes, you can forget about that." Well, everybody took a step back and said, "Oh shit, wait a minute, we got an issue here. We got to kind of change that." And so they went and built the T-share, the wonderful, brilliant, marvelous T-share. Makes Hex what Hex is. The T-share does it all. Really like wraps it up nice, dresses it up, and puts a cherry on top. And Hex is freaking badass because of the T-share. And that was because innovation. People were learning and building and developing and trying to find something new. We watched Richard do that. We watched him as he Fluid Dynamics and Bitcoin Hex. And as more of this was revealed, it got better and better. Then the fees got horrible on Ethereum, and Richard said, well, let's do something about it. Let's do something brilliant. Let's fork it. Let's bring all the system state over here, and we'll let you guys all play with it. It's going to be an interesting experiment, he said. It's going to be an interesting experiment. Let's see who builds and what gets built on it. And all the while, I was thinking, wow, real DeFi, a real DeFi freaking chain that's going to let us do anything. Wow. Can you imagine what the brilliant minds are going to do? What are the brilliant minds in this community? I chose this community because of how smart everybody was and how dedicated and loyal to the cause of DeFi everybody was. Those original chat rooms, those original Telegram rooms, the hex.com chat Telegram room, that freaking thing was full of geniuses, like geniuses. I mean, just the mods alone in there, the old school mods that are in there, they just were brilliant, you know, and they kept a lid on things, and they were just that's why I built Discourse Syndicate. That's why I built this channel, was because of the Hexicans and the brilliance. I wanted to showcase them. I wanted people to see it. I wanted people to want to go and make the world a better place with crypto through it, because the best minds were coming there. They were all flocking. I might not be a brilliant man, but I know people, and I know how to deal with people, and I know who good people are, and I know who bad people are, and I know how to deal with all of them. I don't have to fight any of them. I don't have to suck up to any of them. I just have to be good to all of them and trust them all. And when they fail, help them get back up and do something right until they've offended me too many times. Then people got to go away. Because don't ever mistake kindness for weakness. But you always got to give people chances. So anyway, back to the chain and what happened, and Richard building Hex. You know, and as we started to move on and develop, there were things that people saw that could have improved with Hex. RG, did you say that? Did you say that? Oh my gosh. Did you say that? Yes. Even Richard may have overseen some things. And a guy by the name of Alex, some people call him the white whale, he built a thing called Hedron. And I never shilled it on here. I always spoke highly of it because of the project that it was. All of these other projects that have been built on Hex, built on PulseChain, I am rooting for. I want them to win. I want these products to develop and come out and change the world for a better place. That's why Richard built Pulse. You know, he built it to make Hex better, and that makes the world a better place. But the residual of that, the after effect, what's left over, is a blockchain that needs to be utilized, is a blockchain that can really release true DeFi onto the world. So people start building protocols. And I saw the Hexicans go after every single one of them. Some of you dirty motherfuckers. Oh, you just love that red meat, man. You love red meat. You love sucking up to Richard, some of you. Instead of going out and making your own thing. You just want to be, yes, boss, yes, boss, yes, boss, yes, boss. You ever seen those ones? Yes, boss, yes, boss. I got you, Richard. I got you back, Richard. While you're gone, I'm going to be here to punch people in the face. Whenever they don't say Hex, I'm after them, Richard. Fucking guys, man. Do you think Richard respects that? Do you think he has respect for you, sucking up to him for no reason other than to try and make somebody else look bad because they did something else? You don't have no respect for Richard. No respect. Real quick, Crypto Sloth, congratulations, buddy. Congratulations to you and your end of your schooling, your endeavor, your licensing or whatever it was. Proud of you. Happy for you. And yeah, go out and take on the world, man. That's congratulations to you. So I saw that going on in the community, you know, and I saw things flop from, you know, it was us against crypto. It was us against the world, the Hexicans against the crypto in the world. And then all of a sudden, like in the bottom of this bear market, it became a fucking feeding frenzy on everybody. Like Screw it, man. I hate and now we even have a name for it, the cabal. The cabal. The guys who have been beat up by everybody in crypto are now the cabal. The guys that stood on the wall for all of you, for Hex, for Richard, for all this, are now the cabal. I got news for you. There is no cabal. If there was one, I should be part of it. I should be. Guys, and please invite me to the next meeting. Please. I deserve it. Come on, man. Haven't I paid my dues yet? The cabal. I just love that one. Now it's even shameful to have a Hex or a PulseChain badge on your feed. I don't. I roll that shit. That's honor for me. No, you guys didn't fucking charge the hill like I did. Fuck you. I put in that Hex. I proudly wear that fucking Hex tag. Proudly. Will never pull it down. Am not embarrassed of it. And I'll sit it there in your face. Because you didn't do what I did. You didn't stand up to all the memes and the lawsuits and the doxing and the death threats and the shit from within the community, the hours of people crying on the phone about stupid bullshit. He said this to me and she did that to me and he says she did this and that and this. You guys didn't do that shit. I did. Yeah, I wear that fucking Hex badge like a badge of honor, bitch. I did that. I stood in front of the fucking fire. Say what you want about me. It don't fucking matter. I know what I did. And I know what a bunch of you didn't. Let me go and read a couple more of the chats before I get into it a little more. Sloth. Hey. Love a good pirate rant. Yeah, you know, and I want everybody to understand that I say this with love and trying to straighten some of you motherfuckers out. I don't hate on any of you. None of you. None of you. Even some of you who have been shunned by the community, none of you do I hate. I have worked with the worst people in society. The people, I shouldn't say that. They're not the worst people. They've had the worst situations in their life. And they've done some pretty horrible things in their life. And I've worked with them and helped to turn them into better human beings. Even after they've destroyed their lives, destroyed their families, destroyed their communities, destroyed everything around them. I saw value in them and helped them. That's what I do on the side. That's one of the things that I do. I work with people who are challenged in life. And so I don't see this community as good, bad, or indifferent. You just are. You all just are. And that's why I built Discourse Syndicate, so we can all come here and talk about these things. Talk. We don't have to fight. We don't have to meme. We don't have to dox. We don't have to act like assholes towards one another. We don't have to act like crazy, weird dictator freaking guys, you know, sound like some kind of fucking Marxist, Leninist, crazy bullshit. We don't have to do none of that shit. I want everybody to just do their thing. You do you. And let everybody else do them. And hopefully, see what happens is, so Metcalfe's law, if you don't know what Metcalfe's law is, it's like one helping one, and then that one helps one, and then two helps two, and then three helps three. And it's an exponential growing effect. It's called Metcalfe's law. Go look it up and get a better explanation than I do. But I'm telling you, it's called the networking effect. That's what grows a network. But then there's this thing called Reed's law. And Reed's law is subgroups being developed. What happens is a network grows and then subgroups start to develop. And that's just how the world is. Nations all built like that. Everything was built like that. It's these subgroups that make it expand even faster. Because what happens is people gather around and rally around one group's ideology, and they move it forward. because they all fit within that ideology. And then another group may have a little bit slightly different ideology, and they move that group forward. And that's what this pulse chain is supposed to be. Reed's law, a networking effect, exponentially growing because of groups within it growing. And we have that here. Guys, you should all be real excited about that. That's like, this is how Ethereum started. This is how all of these other blockchains got their communities growing around it. That's what this is. That's what's happening right before you. It's not growing pains. It's not growing pains. It's groups splitting off and doing their thing. And if you don't embrace it and allow it to happen, and you want to try and hinder it, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. That's not how we do it. You should be embracing all of it. And if you're a guy that's Switzerland on the whole thing, like myself, then you let everybody be. And you stay out of everybody's messes. Because what happens is, you got one guy over here that you really appreciate, and one guy over here that you really appreciate, and those two go at it, and then they try and stick you in the middle of it. And then they try and make ultimatums where you have to help them defeat this person, or help them by teaming with them to show the other person that you're with them and not with the other. Don't ever get yourself in those positions. Say, no, hey, you guys squash your own beef. I put trust and faith and belief in all of you guys. And until you do something fucking ill to me, or really offensive to somebody else, because remember, when you get secondhand information, it's always, their story, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth. So until you get the truth, you shouldn't be taking sides with anybody. Now, there are times when you do have to cut people out of your life, cut people out of your community or whatever. But those situations for me are very few and far between. Let's see. What did Alan said? Alan said, hey, they might have that cabal without you. That's a bit obvious, but not how people portray it. But what do I know? I'm just a fly on the wall. Yeah, I guess they might have the cabal without me. That's fine. That's good. Maybe they knew that I wouldn't get involved anyway. Oh my God, you did. I thought about you a bunch while you did crypto and school, man. Oh, that must be for Sloth. Yep. Sloth was killing it out there. Anyone can man the helm in the calm waters. The real men are the ones that can handle the helm in the storm. Exactly. And that's why you see so many supposed leaders have walked away. And now they're making little snarky comments. They're coming back. A little snark here, a little snark there, just to make themselves relevant again. Here's what I got to say. Hey guys, come out, wherever you are. It's fine. We beat up all the bullies for you. You don't have to run no more. Hex is still good. Richard will come back one day. Come out. You don't have to hide. There. I said it. And some of them are my friends. Let's see. What else we got? Thank God I'm a female, because guys need some courage. You know what? I'm telling you, I've seen some. Oh my gosh, I've seen some scared motherfuckers out here. Yes, I have. When things heat up, I've seen them roll over, give up people. I've seen them roll over and run. I've seen go and hide. I've seen it all. Some of the people you wouldn't even suspect. I got semi-doxxed, so I had to change my Twitter username photos. Someone started leaving bad reviews for my brokerage and spam emailing. Dang, that sucks. I know. These clowns early sent me all my information, like my personal information, like highly personal information. Scared me at first. I was like, holy shit, where the hell did they get all this? Somebody knows me here or something. But anyway, it didn't bother me too much because nothing ever happened. They didn't come at me. But there was a moment there where I was like, fuck, man, that was crazy. But that's how wicked this place is. Let's see. Mentally handicapped. Some people are just mentally handicapped and can't expand their own minds. You know, it's not really about them expanding their own minds and not being smart. There's a lot of smart people out there that are doing this thing, but it's fear. It's fear. It's fear of the unknown. And it's fear that they'll never even let themselves even know is fear. Whenever there's a lie, whenever there's some bullshit, it's usually about fear. When it comes all down to it, it's about fear of missing something happening, something. It's about fear. I don't live in fear. I don't let anything scare me into paralysis. Just won't let it happen. You can be concerned about things. You can adjust. You can overcome things and adapt and all that, but not living in fear. Fear keeps you from trust. And you need trust to build community. And you need trust to build relationships. And fear keeps you from that. I think you just described religions. Yeah, there was a point there where I was talking about Reed's Law that might have described religion, but any subgroup turns into that. And yes, religions is one of them. Oh, let's see. Joe Bento. Hola to the militia. Yep. AJ's in La Casa. Yes, she is in the green room. Hey, what's up, Sandy Beach? Welcome. The big time supporter, my lady. Thank you. Let's see. What's up, Lights Out? Good job. Thanks, Kev. Appreciate you saying that. You're welcome. I really am proud of you, man. Good for you. Too many butthurt mofos. Yes. Hey, Susie Q, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. A cabal without a captain may as well not be a cabal at all. Right? Come on, guys. Get me in there. And Sandy Beach says she's Switzerland's. And I know I see her. She's like she supports every streamer, no matter what side of the fence they're on or who they're fighting with. She's out there supporting every streamer. I love that about her. Let's see. There are a lot of pencil necks around here. Yeah, a lot of pencil necks. And they're talking out the side of it most of the time. All right, Max, let's see. Rip City says, it was great hanging with you the other night, sir. Thanks for making my debut fun, my man. You're welcome, and thank you for hanging out and being there. I appreciate it. Let's see. Ocean it. They have all our pie ready. Let's see. Killer video on GIF in 5 minutes. RH Max. Yeah. Okay. So let me get to the bottom of the chat here. So, back to where I was talking about history and what I talk about on my talks. And I talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hex, and I even mention the Hedron system and what it did for Hex by improving a little bit on the Hex stake by making an HSI stake, which makes you can move a stake. You can actually sell it without nuking it, which is a really cool thing. And I remember Richard liking it and liking people to do that. I remember Richard liking a lot of things that he wanted people to do. Like, yeah, go ahead and make leverage trading. Go ahead and short Hex so you can short it. He wanted to see people do that. So that was what Richard said before he built PulseChain. And then he said, hey, hopefully they'll come and build over here. And I don't know where the translation got lost. Richard wanted people to build on PulseChain, and he was hoping to make a better blockchain to help Ethereum. I don't know where the message got crossed where it said, Richard said Hexicans can't build on PulseChain. Only other people can build on PulseChain, because if you're a Hexican and you build on PulseChain, you're being disrespectful to Richard. You don't remember where you came from. And you're trying to bilk the community and to extract value. Boo-boo. You shouldn't do that. I don't remember anywhere in anything that Richard said that was how this was supposed to go. The Hexicans were supposed to only stick to core products, stick to owning core products, no trading, no leveraging, no building. Don't do anything, Hexicans. or you will be banished. You are part of the cabal. So the smartest people in crypto, we don't want them to build on our chain. We want the other yahoos to do that. Now, I remember all of Richard's old streams. Why? Because I watched them over and over and over, and I still do, which you should too. Because you'll learn something new every time you watch one of those streams. Because a lot of that stuff went over a lot of your heads, or you haven't heard it yet. And you should hear it over and over again, what Richard was talking about. Richard showed us in the AA lobby days what liquidity does in pools. We watched a DeFi protocol launch and get utilized by this community. And we watched the liquidity providers change the way that crypto moved. And then Richard gave us a thing called Hart's Law and taught us about it. So if you were smart, you were learning and watching what was happening there. You were learning and watching what was making Hex grow. What was being done there? Who was making money off of that? How was that being done? If you didn't learn that back then, you need to learn it now because Richard taught it to us because we have true DeFi. And that was in the beginning of real DeFi with Hex and Uniswap. It's all we had. It's all we had. And Richard taught us that. And he taught us all kinds of things. And one other thing he said is the people who get wealthy in crypto are founders. I don't remember hearing Richard anywhere in there say that he was the only person that could be a founder. And I don't think Richard would ever say that because of his values and his belief systems and how he thinks other people should be able to walk this earth. Richard has never said anything like that. I am the only founder. None of you can be founders. You don't have what it takes to be a founder. No, Richard said the wealthy are founders. One of the wealthy people are founders. So we forget all of those things that Richard says. We cherry pick the things that he does and did so that we can go out and attack one another. So that we can go out and create our own little communities and start ripping on people with some of Richard's sayings out of context. Man ain't even around. You guys are using his name like you're fucking his keeper, his caretaker, his protector, the protectors of his realm while the king is away. You fucking ass clowns. You don't know him no better than any of the people around here. And some of you don't know what his teachings really were. Some of you don't know what he really taught. Shame on you fucking guys for taking his shit and twisting it around and not really looking in deep and making yourself better with that. See, I learned from it. Again, I take all my wisdom, strength, knowledge, and things that I've learned and developed, and I just add on to them with all your guys' shit. Stack it up. Makes me a better human being every day. Because of you guys. Because of Richard. Because of my team that I work with. Kinetics, and Kool-Aid, and GIF, and Jay, and Jay, and Jay. We got a bunch of Jays. And Joe, and all the guys from Blizzard, the people that I'm working with, and all the team on Muse, storytelling, Patrick and Grant. All those people have fed and poured themselves into my life and made me a better human being, and made me a more successful human being because I was open to it. I didn't say they were going to be scammers coming in here trying to build something, do something. Scammers. Scammers. That word is thrown around so much that it doesn't mean fucking dick anymore. It doesn't mean shit. Scammer. Scammer. Oh, yeah, the guy that spent 4 years sitting in this chair talking to you guys on a microphone, building shit for you, spending his money on movies and fucking tours and all that stuff. Yeah, that's the guy that's going to scam you. The guy that studied Richard, the guy that knows him, the guy that's communicated with him, the guy that was one of his guys in the beginning, that stood there when nobody else would. That's the guy who's going to scam you. The guy who gathered the best in all of this community. Some of them I call family. Some of them are that close to me that they're my family. Some of you are acquaintances. Some of you, I don't want to fucking be around you, but I stand it. Oh, some of you are just fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. But you got to remember, I love that shit. I love you crazy motherfuckers. Each and every one of you. I'm here. I'm name dropping and I'm still waiting to hear a couple. So I have surrounded myself with the best in the Hexkin community, and definitely not forgetting and leaving out my PulseChain tour team, because you guys, there's no equal to what they've done, and there's no doubt about what they're going to do. You know, my goal and my vision is to fill up stadiums of people talking about DeFi and Hex. And they're the ones that have put this tour together in the bottom of a bear market and made it happen and put rooms of people together. And when the bull market runs and when everybody gets real excited about this, we have put together a foundation that will make that happen, that will make stadiums happen. And it couldn't have done it without KC and SJ. Those two are key. And there is no better in the industry than them. Literally, Casey's been out on tour for 3 years now. Literally. Running on 3 years of touring the fucking world for you guys to bring you in-person Hex PulseChain content and fun and party and all that good stuff. So my team, Casey and SJ, they kill it. They kill it. They absolutely kill it. So now I've lost my rant in my appreciation bucket filling rant. So now back to proof of concept, back to what Richard has done, back to what some of you need to do to maybe educate yourself onto who Richard was, and what his standards really are. Go read Skyvive too. Go read Skyvive and take what he says to heart. Take what he says as knowledge and wisdom. Look at the breadcrumbs he's left. He showed you how to operate in crypto. He has showed you. And some others have tried to emulate that. Some others have tried to build on Richard's concepts and make better things, like Hedron Icosa, like all these other protocols that are out there now that are working on PulseChain. And let's put that up. Thanks, Fast Abdul. Appreciate you, bro. I liked it so much, I bought the company, he said. I remember that one. Zena said a while too. What did SJ say? Damn, Zena, I love that. Legit, you're watching that. What did I miss? Stadiums. Bad news. Madison Square Garden just got booked for October 24th. Damn. It would be nice to have a bigger place for people to say, hey, Michelle, what's happening? Good to see you in there. Hey, for SJ, she says. Now let me get to what I was kind of trying to get to and allude to, was that, you know, here and always, Hex will be the GOAT. Hex will be the thing that put DeFi on the map, in my opinion. Hex will always be a solid hedge in crypto for more crypto, in my opinion. Something better could come out. Better things can be built around it, on it. And I will allow them to exist and speak to their technology and what they bring to DeFi, because we have a long way to go, guys, before we really get what we want out of crypto. Before we really get what we want out of DeFi, we've got a long way to go still. We're not We're not there yet. We're still doing it. Richard gave us tools to work with and philosophies, and tools and knowledge and wisdom to go by. And so in my endeavors out there, you guys know it. I've built tax litigation products. We've built the Hex Investment Trust, which is paper Hex. We have the movie. We have the PulseChain tour. We have this channel. We're also working with the Lithias guys on their NFT projects. We're also working with FanForge, which is all the guys from Blizzard. They're working on their platform, and we're with them on that. And on top of that, if you haven't seen or haven't noticed or haven't heard, we launched our own little crypto. And that's because I found 4 guys that can get together, me included. And then there's a whole team behind it also. There's others, like I said, the Jays and whatnot. And we made our own crypto in the spirit of Richard Hart's ethos and morals and values and tenets. We did. Kool-Aid, who doesn't get enough respect or acknowledgement in this community. I know everybody talks about and knows him, but the man's brilliant. He sees things in the crypto space that many others don't. He understands systems. He understands the flow of those systems and what they can mean. And one of the other people on the team, and because I've worked so hard at building relationships and trying to work in this community and trying to grow it, I've run into these people. And I've always been a really good judge of character and people's smarts, and looked at things enough that they've told me that maybe even it was over my head, but I can see that there was a way that it was working. It was good. I may have missed some of the details, or I may have to ask questions about the details, but I see what they're doing and what they're making, and I can be part of it. So never shilling another crypto, and not shilling this one either. I embarked on building this with them. And it's not my brainchild, that's for sure. This belongs to Kool-Aid and GIF. And GIF is the brilliant mind behind the whole thing. He is the guy. I met GIF, and when we started talking, a while back ago, 8, 9 months ago, something like that, they were talking about these systems and building a new crypto and doing that. And come on, I've heard that a million times. I've heard this pitch a million times in DMs to me and calls and meetings. Hey, RG, come check this thing out we got. Hey, RG, come listen to this thing we got. And usually it was about money or something like that. They wanted me to invest in their thing or this and that. And I turned them all down. But I got to know some of these people. And of course, you guys all know Kinetics is my right-hand man. He's my wags. I mean, we've gone out there and tried to conquer the crypto world together, and we haven't given up. No matter how hard we've been slapped down or failed or struggled or stumbled, no matter how harsh this bear market has been to us, we stayed together and we built and we kept going and we never stopped. And when the 4 of us got together, when it was GIF and Kool-Aid and myself and Kinetics, I saw something magical happening. I saw something really good in the spirit of what Richard Hart wanted being developed. I saw a group of trustworthy people that wanted to make his chain a better place coming together to build something. And I wanted to be involved at that moment. Nothing else has ever floated my boat to even get involved with. And when we put it together, I was always very, very careful not to say anything, not to put it out there, we wanted to proof the concept before anybody aped into it or YOLO'd or cheated or whatever you want to call it. We wanted to make sure that the shit was sound, it was working, it was doing what it was supposed to. That's why I got involved. And I trusted every one of those men. I trusted them. I put all my trust in them, and they put it in me. And that's why it came together. And not without challenges. Believe me, we had our challenges. Oof, we had a lot of them. It's not easy. Software is not easy. Whew, man, those guys worked their asses off doing that stuff. Hours and hours, days and days of sleepless nights putting that together. And then on lunch day, those boys didn't sleep for a fucking week. A week. Just going. Hot pockets and freaking coffee, man. Just going. Fucking proud of those guys, man. They worked their asses off. And they did it to build something on Richard's chain for the good of everybody. Look, I'm not going to explain the details of GIF. I can. I surely can. And I'll answer some questions about it too. But the gist of it is that this was made to help all of you traders out there that want to go push a button and make a little bit of scratch. That's basically what GIF is. At its, like, Larry would roll over, Kool-Aid would die if he heard me say that. But if you want to push a button, go trade, fuck that, go to GIF. Why? Because there's a better opportunity over there for you to do the right thing. And that is really just keep a system moving. It's a perpetual system. It's a self-leveling system. It's programmed money. See, what I always used to say is that this is very cool that DeFi is coming out. This is very cool that Richard's building PulseChain. Because guess what? Some smart motherfucker. You can go back and look at my streams. I would say this. There's going to be some smart motherfuckers that build some really cool shit on PulseChain. Could you imagine what they're going to be able to program into money? You think Hex is just scratches the surface of what you can do to program money to do cool stuff. Hex has the pillars and parameters and no wherewithal to be a good crypto in and of itself by itself. Like you wouldn't have to ever have another crypto. But there are some things out there that people have been experimenting with that failed. Even though they were good ideas and they were trying to make a better mousetrap than what Richard did, they had holes in their boats. Their ships sailed and they had holes in them and they sunk. Gifford saw that. Gifford saw the leaky boats. He saw Richard's ship sailing and doing well. And he saw these people building these armadas of badass fucking ships loaded with cannon, ready to go. But they went out and they forgot to do something with the ballast and they flipped over. Or they forgot to put the right sails on and they didn't go out through the water. Or they didn't plug the leaks in that boat and it sank. Gifford, Giff himself, Dev Giff, I call him, saw all of the problems with the protocols that were trying to be better than Hex. He saw it. You heard it. Oh, this is better than Hex. It's better than Hex. Well, Giff watched so many of those do that. He watched the leaks and he patched them up. And he didn't build a coin and throw it out there. No, not Giff. He kept watching the leaky ships sink from the shore. You watch Richard sail by them back and forth. The Hex ship was just going back and forth, and they're all sunk. And Giff said, when I'm ready, I'll make it. When the right people come around, we'll make it. And he did, and he waited. And we showed up, and he learned enough about all the leaky boats and what was going on out there. He said, it's time to launch my project. I've got it. And we worked months and months and months on it. Giff and Kool-Aid and Kinetics, brilliant minds working on it. And me giving moral support and some kind of leadership. I'm just happy to be there, right? But they knew I was there for them, and they knew I was going to back them up. And they knew that the one thing that I've got in this community is my integrity. I've always told you guys what I was going to do and how I was going to do it, and I never did anything other than that. I've never heard a single hexagon. And now here with that, I'm going to say this GiffTEC coin, I don't want you to buy it. I don't want you to buy it. I want you to watch the technology. I want you to watch it work. I want you to see what it does. Because Giff is brilliant. He did a fabulous job on this thing. And it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Whether price go up or price go down, it always self-levels. It goes back. People try to dump. There's a reverse arbitrage opportunity. Goes up too high. Another reverse arbitrage opportunity. Boom, 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 boom. Up and to the up, baby. Up and to the up. That's what it does, because that's how that man built it. Why? Because we have true DeFi and two DeFi protocol tools to do it with. It was only a matter of time before somebody figured it out. And some of you don't understand it yet, and that's okay. If I figured it out, trust me. Now, it took me 6 fucking months to figure it out, between Kool-Aid trying to explain it to me and Giff showing me and Ken, helping me, Kinetics. It took me 6 months to figure it out, but I did. And now that I see it, now I will never be able to unsee what they did, what I'm part of. And I suggest everybody go out and look. And I hope that the smartest of our minds out there are looking at this thing seriously. It's not just another coin, guys. It's not a cabal coin. It's not another coin. It is using the principles, tenets, and all the things that Richard said were what crypto was supposed to be. It's all those things and more. It's technology that hasn't been seen or used before. And that's why, if you look at the chart, you're seeing what it's doing. I'm not going to pull it up because I've never pulled up a chart here, but I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at it right now, because every time I look at it, it's, in some... Oh my goodness. What an amazing tool that is. Everybody thinks that somehow, some way, there's a monster retracement coming, or there's a dump coming, or a rug pull. I got some real bad fucking news for you haters. You're going to eat crow. You're going to eat crow, because that thing is going to keep doing what it's supposed to do. When Richard made Hex, he said, this is what it's supposed to do. And it did it. Why? Because he knew what he built. And guess what? I know what Giff built, and Giff knows what Giff built. And so does Kool-Aid and Kinetics. We all know what was built, and we know what it's going to do, because it was built to do that. It was built to do what it's doing. And it's doing it. It's self-actuating, and it's moving up in price a lot faster than we thought it was supposed to. A lot faster. And there's so much opportunity in there for people. It's an opportunity for little guys, and I'm not, I'm not shilling a coin to you guys. I'm telling you, go look at the DeFi protocol that was just built. And it was put out 3 months ago. We didn't want anybody to know about it. We launched it. The meme coin side of it, we launched. The Giff side is just basically a meme coin to proof of concept. Buy and burn feature goes in and produces the PGIF, burns the GIF, sends the pulse in, because you got to send pulse and GIF into the system, sends the pulse in to go to the order routing system, the most efficient order routing system, Pateas, goes on there and buys the token that you just minted off the market and burns that too. So it creates this arbitrage opportunity on both sides. Whether PGIF goes above or below GIF, there's an arbitrage opportunity. Guess what? Arbitrage means there's some money on the table. Guess what? People go in and pull the money off the table. Guess what pulling the money off the table does? Reactivates the system over and 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 over again, as it goes up like this, like a pump. Everybody memed me when I went, Hex went from here to here, and now it's going to go from here to here. Well, look at the date that I did that, and look what Hex did. I was right then, and I'm right now. So go ahead and keep memeing me, guys. You've made me right before, and you're going to make me right again. Meme that motherfucker. Because I was right then. When I said Hex was going to go from here to here, and then from here to here, it may have sounded dumb, but guess what? I was right. And so are my bags. And those who listen to me always have been. Always have been. Whether you like me and you think I'm cringe or not, I've always been right here. Why? Because I have never forgotten the tenets. I have never forgotten what Richard has put down before us. I have never disrespected that. I have never forgotten where I ate, and I've never shat where I ate. This is another one of those moments where things have changed. Something in crypto has changed. Something has gotten better. Why? Because Richard gave us some tracks to run on. And he said, go out and do it. And he said, the people that get wealthy are founders. And guess what that motivates people to do? Go be founders. That's why we have people doing this. So for all you haters and maxis out there, sit down, shut the fuck up, and let the adults handle things. And quit fudding other people out of wealth, and technology, and advancement of this space, because they deserve it. And they deserve you to all shut the fuck up if you don't know what you're talking about. Let the adults teach them. Time for the kids to go to bed. Now, with that, I'm going to take a quick break from my ranting and go to the chat room and answer some questions if you guys have any questions. Let's see. Oh. So, is there an entrance fee for the Sandy Beach Cabal? Wait, Sandy Beach has a cabal? Huh? No fees. Okay, so we're all entered in for free. Okay, I'm there. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. I am part of the Sandy Beach Cabal. I don't know what it gives us, but yeah. Hold on one second. One of my onboards is sending me a message. I'm going to do this live on stream. Bro, how long before I see tokens in MetaMask? Gotta hit the import tokens button. Oh man, that's the difficulty of onboarding. Let me just tell him I'm live on stream. Let's see how he feels about that. Wait, that's dictation. Let's do this. Why will it not? Oh boy. No. Damn technology. Damn it. Oh well. I'll hit him later. I thought this was supposed to. No. It's just dictating. Anyway. All right. I want to leave a voice. Yeah. Buys hex. Doesn't have his MetaMask set up to have hex in it. Oh, the onboarding woes. That's T-ball level question, right? Right. Not to them though. To them, it's like rocket science still. Oh my God, I bought tokens. Where are they? You have to kick the plus and then audio. Oh, hit the plus and then audio. There we go. Okay. Hey, buddy. What you need to do is hit that little button that says import tokens. And then remember that contract address that I sent you? You're going to copy that out of your Telegram room. Remember that chat app I set you up with? You're going to put that into that slot there. And then that is going to make your tokens appear in your MetaMask. Even the ones that you've already bought will show up. They're there. Don't worry. Don't panic. You'll see them. But hey, I'm live on stream right now. So I'm talking to all of my viewers about you and what you're doing right now. So anyway, let's see you. And now he's embarrassed. Okay. Wait. Alleged. Is he watching your live stream either? No, he's not watching. None of my peeps watch my live stream. None of them. My kids, my wife, family, nobody watches it. I wouldn't either, but anyway, that's neither here nor there, Briss. At least ask about stuck transactions and how you have 50 stuck transactions. Oh boy. RG3, I was told you look like Hulk Hogan's brother. God damn. Hulk Hogan's brother? Like a short version of Hulk Hogan's brother? Just kidding. Did I just short joke myself? Gosh, yeah, I should do that. Sit up straight. Oh, by the way, I got my X-Ray Vision shirt on. My boy over at X-Ray Vision. Thank you for the shirt, buddy. So anyway, I'm here to answer some questions. If you guys have any questions about history, Hex, the new project that just came out, GIF, that is done a 10,000X in like 4 days. I know that's hard to believe, but Richard taught us. Richard taught us what to do. We're using his concepts, his principles, expounding on those people that tried to punk him and make something, but they didn't fix the leaks in their boat before they went out. They just wanted to go out and try and destroy them. They didn't. They failed. But GIF succeeded where others failed. And that's what I'm excited about. He did a great job, and my hat is off to him. I cannot tell him how proud I am of what he's done and how proud I am of being part of this. Just freaking amazing, amazing. And thanks to Kool-Aid, my good friend who just always had the vision and always wanted to put this stuff in front of me. Always. He was always trying to get me to understand it. Like, he wouldn't give up on my dumb ass. He never did. He didn't give up on how dumb I was. He was going to explain this shit to me, whether I liked it or not. And I mean, one time we drove to Burning Man together, like 12 hours of just straight him trying to teach me this shit. And it still didn't sink in, but I'm finally starting to get it. Let's see. And then of course there is no other than the Knipples. He is the other side of me. That's for sure. We've done some cool things together, and we've done some hard things. You have any else jump on stream with you tonight, RG? No, I'm doing a solo tonight. I don't want to get in there and I want to answer some questions my way. You know what I mean? I want to do it. I don't want anybody here influencing how this is said, what is said. I want everybody to be able to ask RG, what is he doing involved with this? Why am I here? I want you guys to know that, with nobody else influencing this conversation. And I want you to know that I am behind this. I am part of it. And these guys I trust with my life. These guys here are trusted confidants. They've built something good. They did something within the tenets of what Richard Hart has been teaching us. They did what he said to do. Go out. Richard never, ever would stifle anybody. He would never keep anybody back. Not for his own ego, nothing. If somebody was out there building stuff with what he did, he would say, more power to him. Go on. Great job. Good. That's what he would say. I know that's what he would say. He's not that type of person to hold somebody else down for ego or for gain or anything like that. That's not who he is. That's not how he is. There's Kool-Aid in the chat. The captain is my dearest friend. I've heard you say that to other people, though. So don't you try and sweet talk me with your slick, sweet words. Man of the hour, Crypto Kool-Aid. Can we get Knipples bumper sticker? Yeah, we should make some bumper stickers that say Knipples, right? There's got to be a better meme to that, though. Something about Knipples. Yeah. Nips down. How about nips up to the up? So anyway, he's out there. Kool-Aid's working as usual. Guy works all day, all night for days at a time until we just lose him. We literally lose him. Like, we know when Kool-Aid is at the end, like he works and works and works and works and works and works. And then all of a sudden he goes insane. Like, we lose him mentally for a day or so. And then he sleeps for 3 days. And then he's back at it and he's well rested and he's good. And he goes and goes and goes. And that's his cycle. And, you know, some people just survive like that. He's loops within loops within loops. That's how he operates. Let's see. I just need the address. Okay, so the address is in there. That's the contract address, so you can go take a look at it and see what's going on. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'd love to answer them, because this is like my opportunity to answer these questions without any of the fucking brains around, without them around. Because I know this. I know this. I want to prove to everybody that I know this. So if you've got any questions, lay them on me, guys. Lay them on me. I mean, I can tell you a little bit of the detail on how the system works so that you can understand it. I did explain a little earlier, but I'll go over it one more time. Okay. So what happens is you have a system and you have a token that is basically a meme coin. It's just a token that can be sent back and forth, and it's called GIF, GIF. It was the initial proofing protocol token. We launched that 3 months ago. GIF didn't even tell us that he launched. He just launched it and said, I didn't want anybody to know. I just wanted to sit there. And the reason it sat there was because there are bots out there attacking everything. And he wanted to make sure it was there, it was running, it was okay, and everything was settled. And then he built the protocol. And they put it together and they patched all the leaks. And they didn't just put it together in these last few months. It's been years of GIF thinking about this, and Kool-Aid thinking about this, and them coming up with the solutions to all these problems they've seen everywhere else. So there's a lot of thought that went into this thing. And so what happens is you take the two tokens, GIF, and the gas token. I'm sorry, Pulse. You take Pulse, which is the gas token, and you inject them into the front end of the website, the Gifford website. Let me make sure that I have that proper so that I can say it. And it's permagif.win. And SJ will put that in the chat or whatever, so we have it. So you throw the two tokens in there. When you throw the two tokens in, what happens is the GIF goes in and makes a 1-for-1 copy of permagif that comes out on the other side. So the GIF goes in, the Pulse goes in, the permagif comes out 1-to-1. One GIF makes one permagif. Now, the ratio that the Pulse goes in is a 10-to-1. So 10 Pulse per 1 GIF go into the system. Boom. Now, what happens to those tokens when they go into the system? Well, first of all, the PGIF is minted out the other side. The GIF gets sent to the dead address, meaning it's died, meaning it's still in circulation, but it's burnt technically. It's like an OA that is just a contract that sucks like a black hole, right? It's called the dead address. So it's still in circulating supply, but it can never be seen, never see the light of day. It's in solitary confinement. Now, what happens to the Pulse? Where does the Pulse go? The Pulse goes in to the Pateus order routing system and goes and finds the most efficient route to buy permagif, the token you just minted 1-for-1. So it goes to Pateus, makes a buy, it buys permagif, and it burns it for real out of existence. No dead address, burns it. Bye-bye. Now see what this does for everything. So the GIF burning and going to the dead address means that it's still circulating, keeps market cap up, but keeps that off the market. By the way, there was only 1 billion GIF tokens put in existence. There's 1 billion of them out there. But 10% have already been burnt in 4 days. Why price go up? What are you cabal guys doing in the background to fool with this liquidity to make the price go up? Keep listening. So, gifts in the dead address, making the market cap bigger, keeping circulating supply up, therefore making the token more valuable. GIF is now more valuable. The Pulse that went in, where is the Pulse? What'd you do with the Pulse? The Pulse gets injected, goes to the Pateus order routing system, buys the PGIF, and burns the PGIF out of existence. The Pulse is being utilized. The Pulse is circulating. The Pulse is moving. The Pulse bought PGIF off the market, therefore pushing the price of PGIF up. And also burning it out of existence completely. So now it's deflationary. PGIF is deflationary. Only 1 billion GIF in the world can make 1 billion PGIF with 10 to 1 pulse, 10 pulse per PGIF or per GIF to make the PGIF. So guess what? The pulse is being used. Of course, the system, the whole blockchain is better because of that. Positive externality number 2. Positive externality number 3 is the PGIF getting bought and burned that you just minted. Now, what does this do, RG? How come the chart keeps going up like it is? What are you guys doing in the background, fooling with the liquidity or doing stuff or trading it or wash trading or blah, 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 blah? No, none of that's going on. Let me explain to you what's really happening in simple terms. Now, there's a lot behind it, and there's a lot to our philosophies. In fact, if you listen to Kool-Aid, you will hear our 4 philosophies. You will hear all about who's behind this, why we're behind it, and why these things actually work, philosophically why they work. He's got all that down. He's been thinking about this stuff for years. If you want that, go listen to what he's got to say about it. He will tell you, promise you. But what happens when this system gets turned on and people start minting PGIF is that the price or the value of the PGIF moves in one direction or the other from each other. They're 2 separate coins, but of equal value. Equal value. 1 to 1, right? But there's a 10 pulse price difference on PGIF to GIF. Why? Because it costs 10 PGIF or 10 pulse to make the PGIF. 10 pulse, remember? GIF and 10 pulse? 10 pulse more. So there should always be a difference of 10. 10 pulse difference from GIF to PGIF. If that gets bigger, if there's a spread of more than 10, say 14, 15, now you have an arbitrage opportunity where you can sell the PGIF for pulse, bring it back around the other end, and buy a little more GIF because you just sold your PGIF for more pulse than you minted for. So you sell it, you buy the GIF again, and you run it back through the system, and you're over the top. Every time there's an arbitrage opportunity and you sell your PGIF to buy more pulse to get more GIF, you are participating in the loop and you are making little bits of extra crypto. Every time you do that, you're making little bits of extra crypto. So this is the ultimate trader's hack right here. For those of you who like to push buttons and try and make money, this is the ultimate because you can do it as long as there's the arbitrage opportunity. Now, here's the beautiful part to me is that whenever PGIF goes below the 10 to 1 ratio, now you can buy the PGIF off the market and recycle the whole thing again, the opposite way. So you got ARB when it goes over and ARB when it goes down. So no matter what, if people are buying it or selling it, there's an ARB opportunity. And because people are buying and selling and working themselves into the ARB opportunity, thank you, Richard Hart, for teaching us all this stuff and showing us how to do this and putting a chain together that we can do it on. Because it's doing this, it's stepping itself up by pumping and pumping and pumping. And as long as people are going in there and want to make a few bucks off the arbitrage, the machine is going to keep going and it's going to keep going up and to the up. Simple and brilliant. Simple and brilliant. My hat is off to you, GIF. You have freaking used what Richard Hart put before you and made crypto a better place by doing so. And your token is proving it. The GIF token and the PGIF token are proving it. Now, you guys want a cherry on top of this? If that wasn't enough, if that didn't explain it simple enough for you, if you don't get it now, let me put one more cherry on top of this and then tell you there's a bunch of more, there's a whole jar of cherries that can be poured onto it. So just the other day, we launched iBurn. iBurn is GIF and the perma GIF loop built on ICOSA and E-ICOSA and P-ICOSA. So now, instead of injecting GIF, you can inject Pulse at a 1,500 to 1 ratio because of the price differences of the tokens. At a 15 to 1 ratio, boom. I'm sorry, 1,500 to 1 ratio. 1,500 to 1 ratio, boom, go in, makes, iBurn. So goes in, ICOSA, comes out, iBurn. Same situation. Well, as we launched that, we watched ICOSA go to parity. We watched a lot of people try and dump it and say, no, this can't work. I'm not going to allow it. And we saw people dumping it. We saw you. I saw you guys dumping it. Come on now. Come on. But guess what? Now ICOSA is close to parity. And we did that in honor of what Alex has taught us and what Alex has done. GIF was a big proponent of everything that Alex built. He was in his chat rooms from the beginning. He learned from Alex also, on top of Richard and all of the other people that have failed out there. And I'm not talking about Richard or Alex have failed. I just meant the other failing products out there that tried to do these types of things. GIF learned from all that, and he built this. So iBurn comes out, same situation, only check this out. Here's the cherry. Here's the cherry. Now, this protocol can be white labeled and put on anything. I'll tell you right now, the team is very, very specific. And GIF has the last word on what gets done, on what tokens this will be done to. If you guys don't remember, Richard said burning tokens is a stupid thing. But Richard, what he really meant is Richard thinks that burning the wrong tokens in the wrong way is stupid. Burning tokens in the right way is a tool, as he has proven with PulseX, right? So obviously his worldview has changed since he made that one statement, or he understands it in a different way. So burning tokens in a certain way is important, and it has to be done within the tenets and what Richard has taught us and what these systems and what DeFi needs. So it's going to need that token to be burnt, not just willy-nilly burn some token because we want to burn a token. That's not what this team is doing. That's not what GIF wants to do. He wants to make sure that there's a reason for it and it does bring value or helps the token that it's burning. So here's the cherry for PGIF. Now, this time, only 85% of the pulse that goes in goes to buy and burn iBurn. The other 15% that's left over goes to buy and burn PGIF. So every time a protocol gets launched in this ecosystem, the PGIF is going to get a 15% extra burn on it. It's going to burn, baby, burn. And that's why you're going to see the mechanics work out the way they do on the chart over and over and over again. And go ahead, watch the people dump. There are no people in there that are going to hurt this project. There aren't big enough people in there that can hurt this project, in my opinion. Who knows? Somebody can get hacked or something. I don't know. But I think that everything is going to work out swimmingly. It's doing well. They did a great job. My hat is off to the team. I am proud to be part of it. And again, I'm not telling anybody to go buy it. I'm telling you how this protocol works, and you should look at how the protocol works. And if you're a mousetrapper and you want to go build your own protocol, look at how this one's built and try and improve on it. There may be some improvements that need to be made, and maybe you can be the one that finds it. So that's it. All right. Let me see if there is any questions I can answer before I go and shut this down. Let's see. Lights out is in there. Heads up if you see baby GIF. There are no way related to GIF and PGIF. Yeah, that I thought I saw something about a meme token. I thought it was a joke, but if there's a meme token out there, baby GIF, he didn't make that. We didn't make no meme tokens. I'm grateful you guys put your heads together. Amazing job, with loads more on the horizon. Yes, D-Hexagon, yes. So when we buy GIF, we also get PGIF. Basically, holding GIF is like having PGIF, because if you have the pulse to inject, your GIF is always going to be the same as PGIF, give or take 10, because everybody's going to arbitrage it to within that 10 pulse. So just holding the GIF itself is good. But yes, if you want the arbitrage opportunity and you want to hold the PGIF as the more valuable asset, remember, and I've seen it, go up higher than GIF goes up from PGIF. So yeah, it's there for arbitrage, and it's there if you have GIF. Don't worry about as long as you got the pulse in there to do the minting, you can mint PGIF, which that's what you wanted. That's what the token is meant for, is for the arbitrage. It's an arbitrage machine is what it is. Deletes out of existence too on the PGIF side and no longer in a metric. Yes. The PGIF side, not the GIF side. The GIF side goes to the dead address, which is still a metric. But the existence of the PGIF, yes, leaves the system completely. Now, no thanks. This coin already pump. I'm not going to be exit liquidity. Ooh, Efren, we'll mark that. Okay, bud. Have a good day, though. It's all good. Nobody's telling you to buy anything. I'm just telling you. This thing's going to do different. It's 4 days, bro. 4 days. Oh, I'm out of here. It's done, man. That thing's old. Come on, Efren. Come on, man. That is a scam. Baby GIF. Yes, baby GIF must be some kind. I don't know anything about it. I saw something, but I know it's not from us. Thanks for the info on the stream, RG3 and everyone in the chat. Yeah, far out. What's up, dude? Yes, this is Hart's Law wrapped up ingeniously. Yes, it is. Thanks for seeing it that way. It is. It's about Hart's Law and using the principles of Hart's Law to make. I mean, it's not LP providing, but it is the same type of understanding of how two tokens being connected together can bring themselves up because of them being bonded together. It's the bonding that matters. And whether it's bonded in a liquidity pool or it's bonded in a protocol, it's the bonding that matters. And all three of these tokens, hint, hint, are bonded together. Are Pulse, GIF, and PGIF. And now ICOSA, Pulse, EICOSA, PICOSA, Pulse, and iBurn. And of course, with ICOSA, you have hex involved because a hex stake exists in there. So all of these systems are now tied together, and they're going to, when the tide rises, they all rise. That's Hart's Law. All of the bonding is what makes everything rise. If you don't know Hart's Law, go to SJ is going to put it up. If you want to see any of Richard's streams, there's a protocol that you can punch in whatever stream you want. I forget the name of it. I'm sorry. And it'll take you to one of his streams where he said that or talked about that. So just punch in Hart's Law and you'll see all the videos where he talks about Hart's Law. And he's the one who taught us about this bonding. And Kool-Aid was the first to really understand it and explain it to me about the bonding, and it took me forever to figure it out. But it's the bonding that rises all the ships. And you could bond them in liquidity pools. You can bond them in protocols like this. There's different ways to do it. But that's what you want to do. You want to bond yourself to the high value, high liquidity assets that are going to move, in the system. And that's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. And it's making this ecosystem a better place. I think it's truly what Richard wanted people to build on his protocol on PulseChain. And it's by people who care and respect what he's done. It's done by people who care and respect and want the PulseChain to thrive. They're not here to take any of your money, bilk you guys, try and get a pump and dump going. That is not what's going on here. I stand behind that 100%. And I've never stood behind any other crypto team yet. Again, I'm not telling anybody to buy it, but I'm saying that these guys have done something for this ecosystem that is important, is valuable, has integrity, and was done under the auspices of what Richard would have wanted to do. And I don't know if that's the right word. I just used a big word thinking that I was smart. But it was done under what Richard, done in the way that Richard would be proud. If he were here, I think he would see it and be proud of it. Okay. I'm glad I didn't listen to my feelings. Okay. So sometimes, yeah. Can we see $200 ink this bull cycle? Oh, man. I've laughed at bigger calls, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. What do we have? 14 cents. I mean, I'm just watching it go up pennies. You know what happens when cryptos start going up from micro pennies to pennies? Then it goes, it starts moving in dollars. It starts moving. Well, first it starts in nickels, and then it goes in dimes, and then it goes in quarters, and then it goes in dollars, and then it goes, it just starts moving like that. And we've seen this before. We've seen it happen. We know, those of us who've been around for bull cycles know how this stuff moves and how it works. So could it go to that? I don't know. This bull cycle, I don't know. Could it go to $100? I don't know. Could it go to a dollar? Could it go to zero? I don't know. I just don't see how it's going to go to zero. I would like to, see somebody challenge it and make something happen there and try and drive the price down, but I haven't seen it. I've seen some big sells. I've seen some people sell big. And then every time I watch it get eaten back up, go look at the chart. Just put that 4-hour chart up on it and look at it. I mean, it's just insane watching the sells and the buys when the big green candles go on PGIF, boom, things get bought. And then when you see the big red candles, boom, you see the other side getting bought and sold. I mean, it's just a constant loop of keeping it actuated. And every time it actuates, it cranks up, ratchets up, ratchets up, ratchets up. And that's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. So going to be insane to see how it works. Going to be insane. So give everybody a chance, guys. Let people go out there and do their works. Let them fail on their own. They don't need your help. I'm proud of these guys. I think they're doing good work, and I know none of them have any ill intentions. Never have. So it's going to be interesting to see where they take the next projects and where we go from here with it. I'm excited. I'm excited to be part of it. I've never been, part of a founding group of people that made a coin. Never wanted to, but this just seemed right. It just seemed like the right project, the right people, the right time. Proofing Richard's PulseChain, proofing that it works, proofing that we can make DeFi. That's what it was to me. So that's why I got involved, and I'm glad I did, because I haven't worked with better people. These guys are good. I like having good people around me. They tell you, you are the sum value of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I'm not talking about wealth, because in that book, it talks about wealth. And that is true also. You spend time with wealthy people, you end up equaling their net worth, or close to it, somewhere within the middle of it. But it's true to be said about people in their hearts and their minds too, and their work ethic, like the PulseChain people, SJ and KC, their work ethic and what they do and the product they put out. I like being around people like that. I think in abundance. I know that we've got an abundance of value in this system, in these people, and there's an abundance of money out there that wants to come in, that wants to be part of. And once they start seeing good protocols like this, where crypto's actually doing the right thing and showing people how to make money versus trying to bilk them out of it, that's when it's going to start getting good. And I think this is the very beginning of it starting to really get good. Like, this is proof that real DeFi is here. Proof to me. And I'm glad to have been part of the first ones that did it. So anyway, let's see. Let me see if there's any more questions. Appreciate the education on this. Very interesting. Thank you, Shaka Vibes. Blaze. Is that Blaze? Is that Blaze? What's up, Captain? Enjoy learning about GIF. I just came across it, but the mechanics look most interesting. Oh my gosh, that's Blaze. My lady, how have you been? Miss you. Come back to the show sometime. Let's see. Lighthouse says, I think iBurn could benefit all of us, even if you don't participate. Yeah, I think it's going to help the whole system. I think it's going to pump everybody's bags as it moves forward and adds to more protocols and gets better. We've already got better ideas. They're already talking about better things. They're already talking about improving on stuff. It's going to get better. It really is. It's me. Yes, Blaze. Oh, it is Blaze. The captain is successful for a reason. He has the right mindset. Thank you, Crypto. I appreciate you. Another one of my successful friends, like just one of the, she's just a professional in the world. She's just one of those professionals, people that you want to be around. You want to be around people like Stylist. You want to be around people like my team. These people are successful. They're doing the right things. They got the right attitude. They think in abundance. Guys, there's so much freaking money out there that can come into the system and make your worlds better places. Look, money doesn't make you happy, but money buys you options. Options buy you freedom, and freedom makes you happy. I want to tell you that. You need to understand that. There is an end game to having money. It does do things for you, gives you options that you don't have when you don't have money. Because trust me, I've been rich and I've been broke, and I had a much better time being rich than broke. That's for sure. So anyway, there's a lot here to unwrap. But I'm going to probably be shutting it down. Let me see. Great, honest answer. I have a question for the captain. What does Metamucil taste like? Oh, my little goat friend there. Boom, Corey Tay says. Pulse family, baby. All right, guys. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out for me for the last couple of hours. I hope I explained it in a way that you can understand it. There is a lot more to this. It's a lot deeper. And I swear to you, the team, the dev guys, they freaking, when I explain it, they just go, oh, you make it sound like such a whore. Because they're so deep in their thought. They understand this stuff so much, and they're so proud of their baby that they want you guys to understand how deep it is in the philosophies. But here's the thing. I'm a race car driver, man. I know how to get in that car, mash on the gas, and go fast and go around in circles. That's what I know. I don't need to know how to adjust the timing on my engine. I don't need to know how much pump pressure's in there. I don't need to know what the carburetor's doing or what the bifurcations in the intake manifolds are. I don't need to know any of that stuff. I need to know that when I put my foot down on that floor, that she's going to give all the ass she got, and I'm going to go around that track and beat everybody's ass. That's what I need to know. And I think that's what everybody else around here needs to know about this. But for those of you smart motherfuckers, for you brilliants that love to dig into this stuff, please do so, because the community needs you to do so. The community needs you to unpeel this onion and teach them and educate them about all of the positive externalities that are in this. And you'll see it. They'll see it. I know the brilliant minds in this community will see it. You guys are smart, man. You guys are smart. But I'm smart like a fox. I learn what I need to know. Get in, get out, and go and do my thing. Because I've got a different job. I've got to go out there and try and make this stuff consumable to everybody in the world. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sell it to the devs. I don't want to sell it to your dev-minded people. I want people to know what PulseChain is. Simply understand what blockchain is. Simply to understand what PulseChain and Hex are. I want them to know. I want the whole world to know. I want the world to know that DeFi protocols are being built on this cool thing called PulseChain, and that there is a store of value over there that the world has never seen, that has an inflation model that the world has never seen. Hex is the GOAT. PulseChain is here. DeFi is here, and better protocols are being made. And GIF and PGIF is that protocol. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. I'll see you next week. And Friday for the effing hangout. Have a good one. Let's see. Where is the outro? Outro! Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things